Well, alright, let's do an experiment. Some Commander EDH fire, and it's sped up because that wasn't an event. And we did take a lot of liberty in terms of, well, the speed of play, even though we tried our best, but it was like a big night out. Well, not out, actually, night in at a friend's place. And then it's an experiment just because, well, I did my best, but with just like one camera, no big, Grand Prix level equipment, I couldn't actually get a great grasp of a table. Normally the camera is supposed to be above the table, somewhere in the middle. Yep. But you can sort of see everybody's life total at least, and well, I'm gonna try to entertain you in such a way that I'll try to follow everything that will be happening here in the style of Samuel Jackson, where Snoop Dogg or something, just trying to make sense of things. Even though I was there, I was playing basically at the bottom right. Okie doke, so okay, I did fix the some small part. I did cut out one part where the camera was going all over the place, so you don't need to see that, obviously. Even on this very casual and very unprofessional tape. So yeah, Commander. So from bottom left all the way around to bottom right, so that will be Scarab, Rhys, the 1 mana one, I believe, so the green-white one, then red-green Omenov, and then General Tazri. So those are the four big fellas, which will be actually cast, I think, all four actually in this run. So it's gonna take a while, and there will be some actually unexpected winners and some unexpected favorites. Yeah. See, I'm glad that I sped it up, otherwise it will take forever. I really hate the shuffling part of any singleton format. Even in Commander, there are enough of like fetchies and tutors, so that's a thing. And choosing your sleeves for comfort for shuffling is one of the bigger parts, I would say. Even more important, I think, than getting the right mana base. Because actually, if you don't pose a threat in the first, I don't know, 10 turns or so, then chances are that people won't attack you. Well, that's just how it goes, and but at the same time, it's always good to be able to cast spells, to do something, to be active. Plus, you should be able like to somehow defend yourself. So we agreed upon the mulligan, so that night we actually utilized poker mulligan, not the usual one that we're supposed to. I think in EDH it's kind of flexible, so you can agree upon it. So like, you don't have to go the official rules for mulliganing your hand. But yeah, the good part about this pot is that there are no blue decks at the table, so no counter spells and all that jazz. So stuff will get resolved. That's really nice. And technically only one combo deck at the table, which is mine. Like Tazri is only here just because of stuff like Murderous Ratcap and Noble Heroic, because I really wanted to have those two cards in my deck. I think that's pretty much it. Plus, whatever for this kind of modern combo creature style like deck, actually any absent colors commander doesn't really do anything. And Tazri at least fetches up what was that? Zolput Cutthroat, so there is some value. So it's kind of like a tutor that you're guaranteed to have. It's nice. So not much going on, even though there is some ramping. So the Omnov side of the board is becoming actually a bit dangerous because like there's a mana dark for ramp and Silver Library in turn 2, so that's scary a bit. And the Crypt Breaker from the zombie deck, so that's also potentially dangerous in the long run. if unchecked. Okay, so meanwhile I went Traverse for basic planes so that I can go turn to an offensa in case I somehow draw it in the next 2 turns. The Librarian Commander is just obscene card, it's just so much advantage and it's really crazy. Okay, at least the Rhys deck doesn't really do anything right now. I think that's the land that fetches up Force in a Plains, Crows and Verge, I believe. Not exactly sure what the zombies deck cast. I think it's the Oversold Cemetery, which will take quite some time to do anything. But it's a great card, and in that deck is also like pretty sick. And in the format, I think it's a very good one too. For lands, from my side, Blooming Marsh. So now I get access to black mana. Yeah, attack me when offense and then 8 it to Eldritch Evolution because I mean not getting a 5-drop, in fact I'm getting a 2-drop, that's devoted to it, but I already I think had like Vizier in my hand. I'm not sure I had any payoff, but I think I had some gas. It doesn't take all that much to go off once you get infinite green, you just need some kind of card advantage engine. Oh, I didn't quite catch what he had there. Like, I mean, the Omen of Tech. He tapped out for something, for some 4-drop. I think that's the 2/2 that fetches up a big guy. I think that's the one that puts from the deck into your hand. I think that's the one. Zombies ain't doing a whole lot of Eva, just like the Zombie Lord, that's it. So I think he bricked on... No, he didn't brick on the land, though. He went 1-2-3 still. As pretty much everybody did. I think that's the Renegade Relier from the green-white deck. No, for no value? Is that real? I think so. I mean, he could have gotten like value with Cross and Verge, but that would be like at least 2 turns ahead, so yeah, that would be a little too slow. I think he just played it so that he would have a blocker, so that he wouldn't take too much damage from opposing attacks. Okay, trying to cast the Vizier. But I think I just didn't have the payoff here. I think I had all the money in the world, but nothing to actually go for it. Okay, so infinite green. There is Skull Clamp. There is Mastery, or what was the artifact that basically scries each turn, and whenever I cast a creature, I can pay 1 green extra and draw a card. Okay, so then I cast the Commander, Tazri, fetched up Soulport, cast it, paid 1 extra, so drew a card. I think I drew a card also like from Tazri as well, so I think I did, but yeah, I just couldn't quite get there. And now all it takes for me is basically just to, you know, I have all the mana, so I could probably start by eating Cutthroat to Skull Clamp. All I need is just to find some tutor, to find Ballista, or to find Ronas. Ronas will do it as well, at least to kill one of the players. Ballista, of course, like kills the whole board, kills everybody. So I have like all the mana in the world, and I can pay extra to draw cards if I just manage to draw more creatures from the Skull Clamp. Okay, feed the Cutthroat to Skull Clamp, draw 2. Still have a bunch of mana. A bunch of green mana in the pool. It still works with the artifact. That's a tracker. Pay extra, draw a card. Yeah, just like drawing too many spells here, I think. Okay, fed the Vizier to the Skull Clamp to try to find more gas. That's Soul Ring and Sanctuary, the one that's like you get to draw cards when some of your creatures get targeted. Yeah, I still have like all the mana. Kill Devoted Druid with the Skull Clamp to draw more cards. Yeah, I just needed to well, once I ate Vizier, there's kind of like no going back. I just needed to dig for the Wincon, and I didn't have to like draw it straight away. I just had to draw a bunch of like creatures to and try to find it this way, so that would have worked. But now I just bricked, which is like really hard. But I think there were some misbuilds in the deck, and even though I proxied like the legacy duels in the deck, but I didn't proxy a bunch of tutors and obvious things that should be in the deck. So with more tuned up builds, I don't think there was a chance for me to brick and not find anything there that turn. What was that? Oh, I think that's the from Commander from Conspiracy, the 2/4 that lets him get extra green mana and life and draw cards and stuff. I think I do have it in this Commander as well. It's really sweet, but perhaps I cut it. I don't remember, but I think I still have it there because it's a draw engine. It's a decent blocker, gains life, gives mana. So yeah. In my deck, it's also like pretty fantastic, and in his as well. He actually has a lot more mana sinks to kind of get value out of it. Okay, Armageddon happens. It's just kind of like funny because well, he himself doesn't. Well, he actually has a pretty good body post Armageddon. Okay, think lands go away, but I'm kind of like happy with that exchange because I still have. I still get to scry, I still get Sol Ring, so yeah. And I could just, equip Skull Clamp to something and trade something in combat, for instance. Get to scry, try to dig for lands. I think I still had some spare ones in my hand. I think I did draw some lands when I was trying to really go off. Okay, Temple Melody to scry more. Those temples are actually get quite a bit more value in EDH compared to German Highlander. Okay, get a clue from the tracker for the lands. Equip probably tracker. Basically Tazri has almost no value at this point. If I would have had something like Necroticus in my deck, and well, I do have the Birds of Paradise there, but if I had like the Ooze in there, I could generate in some combo chain infinite mana of any color. But then I think Tazri only works on allies, so yeah. Just couldn't find some 5-color commander that will actually do enough for this deck. Okay, zombies are spreading out, but it's gonna take a while before things start to get threatening there. Everybody's at pretty high life total still, because well, we're kind of like at stalemate, and I bricked in my combo that turn. So let's see. Yeah, Omnus is a long way away, which is good. But because of library and now the birds and now Soul Ring, he's like getting actually quite ahead. I think he just dropped a card that kind of allows him to kind of wish for better top deck each turn. We're looking like a hippie here just because, well, decided to go comfort over old look that night. Right, more more lands, more clues to find more lands, or try to find like more gas. I'm not sure, because situations like this sometimes I wish I would have you know, rally the ancestors in here, but the point is that with 40 lives and multiplayer is kinda like clunky. It still doesn't quite work with the devoted package. You don't really have ways to give your guys haste, even though I probably should run the crossroads in this deck. Would solve a lot of problems actually, in terms of tempo and just being able to go out. Yeah, I just look at the board and see what can I do. So drop Pride Mage to get rid of what? Nah, get rid of Sol Ring, yeah. No, wait, no, Sol Ring is still there. What did I nuke? What did I nuke? The library, I think? I think I nuked the library. I think it's more threatening than everything else on the board at that point. Yeah, zombies just doing their thing, but nothing too insane or ridiculous. Yeah, again, we're all revealing the top decks. He doesn't have that many lands though, so that's something. I think he pretty much had to pull the trigger on the Armageddon that turn. Things were getting a bit too scary. I'm still in it, but it's a stretch. It's a stretch. But there is not much pressure on any side, really. Well, zombies will start, like, ticking somebody, but it's not a huge board yet. Well, once the Scarab God hits the board, then we're talking, but we're a long way from that to actually happen. Is that the scouting is possibly? Can't quite figure it out there. All I need to do is to stay alive for a few more turns and try to set up the kill again. 5 mana, that's Angelus Sanctions, that takes away something important from the Omnav side of the board. I don't remember exactly what it took out. Something scary. Maybe you can distinguish. Okay. The blue-black deck is actually building up very nicely so far, but not good enough yet. But getting close, getting close. Okay, a Drogalactic, which could be pretty good next turn. It doesn't really hurt me all that much, but could prevent some crucial board wipes, for instance, or I know, Akromos Vengeance or things like that. Okay, he's fetching for lands now. So the Verge is finally put to work, or he returned back to Verge. With what? Not sure what. So, Oracle of Mold. Okay. Okay, I think he has the Oracle of Moldai now here. Yeah, because he keeps his top deck revealed. I think it's a land. Looks like a land to me. So yeah, he's ramping up quite nicely. Yeah, that Rhys deck is quite alright. Okay, so now the big guns are coming. I think it's the 5. No, no, yeah, actually it's a free mana Nissa, so the plants win. Okay, well, that also could do things slowly. I mean, it's all about value, really. I think now is some board wipe, or what is it? Yeah, well, I think it's all. Is it? No, just yeah. It was a board wipe. You cannot quite make up like what particular type of it, but it's alright. I'm fine. I'm heating my lands. Still have some ramp. Now we have the kill again. Basically evoked Lark. Um, it's like, do I have extra money here? No, I don't. So cannot equip Clamp to anything, actually. That's a bit sad. But that means some extra cards next turn. And with the clues again, so I'm threatening the kill again. And with 3 clues and the statuary, I believe that's the name of that 3 mana artifact. See, I think I can find it, but because of so many board wipes and all sorts of things, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's like if he kills one of them, that kind of does it. Get to draw more stuff, but yeah, it's gonna take me a few more turns to set up anything again. And of course that's not the only combo chain in the deck, so there are a few other packages, like Archangel plus Spike Fitter. So there are multiple ways to close it out. Okay, that's annoying. Spataro, and yeah, pretty good combo. More tokens, more life, more counters on them. Omnav deck is at 14, but that's not really surprising because if you keep that deck unchecked, it gets really over the top of anything real quick, so not surprising. It gets decent amount of hatred here. Because it could get out of hand very easily if left unchecked for a few turns. It's not exactly combo-y, but it likes to do some really crazy things. I think that as far as we have a Maya, yeah. Now I'm not exactly sure what was the last card there. Some kind of removal board whip, I guess. So again, they stopped my combo. Of course, they just don't. They all just don't want to die, obviously. And the combo was already on the table, pretty much. Well, yeah, it's not that bad still. I can try to do things again. Well, here's a Angel of Fun. Yeah, I did make a mistake. I should have first. Well, wait. Why did I keep those 2 up? Oh, because I had the because I had like Eladamri's Call in my hand, but then again, you see, I had enough mana like to do everything next turn. It's just weird why. I think I just, missed it somehow. Got ahead of myself and did not like draw an extra or equip it to clamp. So yeah. Yeah, more buddies. from the Scarab deck, but yeah, nothing too bad. But of course you obviously do have to keep it in check, because if you don't have enough board wipes, then yeah, that blue black's just gonna spam the board, and it's gonna find its way to kill. Yeah, don't get spooked by Hobo Look in here. Not like I look like that all the freaking time. What's happening there? Another wipe? Oh, another... Oh yeah, that's even worse actually than a board wipe. That's wiping all enchantments and... Yeah, I think that's what it is. Wipe all enchantments and artifacts. Yeah, and now it's almost impossible for me to get back in the game. Yeah, I would have drawn like 3 extra cards if I actually tapped out last turn for the statuary plus the equip. That would have been potentially helpful. Yeah, cracking the fetch at the end of the turn. Well, the board once again is kind of stabilized, except there are like a couple of planeswalkers on one side, and that's concerning. It's not yet threatening, but eventually it will be. Oh yeah, I think he dropped a Johnny in the meantime. I feel like Nissa got nuked, but a Johnny is now actually what's concerning. More concerning than Nissa and Elspeth before that. Way more concerning. Because that's spot removal / things. Yeah, okay, so I did have the Eldam Rhys Call in my hand. It was probably still incorrect to keep it up instead of just simply drawing like at least 1 extra card, and then if wipes happen, draw 2 more. There's not that much that I can fetch here anymore that actually matters all that much. Just could get for some kind of value. Really not sure. Quite a few options here. But none of them are that exciting actually. None of them are that exciting. Well, worst things worst, I can still get back, I mean, I can still embalm sanctions, so to get rid of something important on board, like a Johnny for instance. And then, okay, so now here's Witness to get back Lork. Probably should crack that clue now so that I can make sure to hit land number 6 for okay, so I dropped Kiran Theater plus Mystic. So now I don't actually, well, now I have actually 6 mana on board potentially, plus the Sacrifice Outlet. But actually, you'll see me do some like really retarded mistake and actually throw away the game. That should have been mine. That misplay would involve a Johnny actually. So yeah, I'm again setting up the kill for the board, but well, if I executed things correctly, then it would have been astonishing. But well, you probably don't know what's gonna happen next at my next turn. So watch me mess up while everybody's durdling around. Okay, what's coming? Okay, where did he fetch it up from? Not quite sure. But anyway, not the reliquary on board. Don't know what's his package for it, but it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. A lot of this stuff doesn't really matter if I didn't mess up in my next turn. Yeah, there's this. Okay, so that happened. Janet was ticked down significantly, but it could still minus to excel something, so that's the problem. Then there's also Elspeth minusing as well. That's also a thing. He did have blockers though, and now I'm trying to remember what was the exact mistake. So by not, evoking it, technically, I'm playing around the wipes and removal abilities. What was actually my... Okay, so I think that wasn't the turn when I messed up. So I think here the setup was correct. So it actually played around all kinds of things. So this was pretty much safe. Nobody's in that kind of danger. Still plenty alive. Because no Omnov deck is hated out, but that's a given. I don't think that was a lethal attack. That was just putting him at the edge, though. Okay, the blue black deck is starting to do things. There is a 5-mana Lily on board, I think. Yeah, I think that's the one. Okay. So I think he was able that turn to minus either Johnny or Elspeth to deal with something where kind of like provoke me to do things. So I think he's gonna do some crazy things here. I think there would be like a bazooka bog or something. Or wait, what did he fetch up with the knight? Cradle. Okay, so he's gonna get all the mana in the world, but that doesn't quite matter. Still, buttload of mana. Any payoff for it? So let's see, would there be any payoff? Okay, no, just more tokens. Yeah, so the point is that he has no flying blockers there. Okay, there. Okay, he gets back Hellish Norn from what? Oh no, he just. Okay. So he gets Hellish Norn. He wipes all my small stuff. In response to it, of course, in response to him landing Hellish Norn, I eat like Witness and Mystic and make the Fitter bigger, because I think that makes perfect sense. But this prevents me from kind of going off on my next turn, so I have to do something about Hellish Norn actually, so that I can go. But did I? Okay, I had 5 lands, so 1 land away from Embalming the Angel to get rid of Hellish Norn, and well, yeah, he's gonna do his thing. Omniflick deck is gonna try to do something. Basically, killing a Johnny would be a thing. With that's giant dragon. Oh, what's that? Oh yeah, so it's not actually Omnif, it's the stupid giant dragon. So I suppose Omnif is there in the deck too. Yeah, because I saw like Symmetry, so it's a green black land, so yeah, it's not actually Omnif. Misled you a bit, but didn't matter. Some attacks are incoming, probably to finish off the John's player. And trying to finish off Lily as well. Okay, Lily doesn't die, instead some creatures die. Oh, no, actually Lily dies too. Well, that's a shame. So blue-black deck is left off with only like Grave Titan on board. Still like okay, but not against the board that green-white managed to assemble. Hey, here's land number 6. Got on 30. Green-white is at 45. Okay, in Sanctions gets rid of Hellish Norn, and what I should have done here was use the Lark to get rid of the Johnny, because then, okay, like he can mine, yeah, and then I passed the turn for some reason, so that was a just total brain fart. Because otherwise he has basically the lock. I don't think he can have Bojuka Bog in his deck, so I don't think he can Knight and fetch it up and exile my graveyard. But yeah, I messed up big times here, because then he can just minus both and kind of lock me out of the combo. Yep. Frustration time. Knowing that you could have actually won the board, won the pod. And yeah, once I don't they get to assemble anything, he just takes over it, because we're already like down one player, so, and blue black is not really gonna be capable of addressing everything. So yeah, it's about time. It's about time. But yeah, if I would have attacked Johnny with the Lark, then he only has the Elspeth minus to his service to stop me. And then end the turn I just sacrifice the Lark to the Fitter, get back the Devoted and Vizier. And I think I had the kill there, because I think I had at least Ronas in my hand, if not some way to find Ballista. Because yeah, Ronas would have done it already. Because of Trample and infinite green mana. And even if I didn't have that, I would have had Canopy and free clues to actually try to draw into something like that. So it was pretty much guaranteed kill. if not for that mess up. And now there is a Jamaica, well, but it doesn't quite matter, but nobody would then be able to raise him or things, or cast stuff on his turn, so that means counter spells ain't gonna work, and things of that matter. Actually, another lie. Here, at the beginning I said like no blue deck. Well, the zombie deck is essentially blue-black one because of the Scarab guy, but yeah, it's not quite the blue-black we're all accustomed to or got used to, so it's really not the same thing. As all the controls with permission and bounce and all the trickery that we love and hate at the same time. So yeah, at this point it's just impossible to really bounce back. There's like too huge of a board presence, so catching up with all of that is just impossible because I messed up. And now he's gonna just deal probably with the Lark first with a Johnny, then I'm forced to sacrifice it to the future. Then he basically cleans up everything with the Elspeth. So that's the thing. Instead, well, okay, he actually doesn't go for it. That's weird. But I also couldn't gun for it as well. Because if I would've, he would clear things out. I think now he's just kind of like trying to real lock me down. Basically, what is it? I'm at 2? Yeah, because he attacked me for a gazillion last turn. With, how did he get the pumps? Oh yeah. So he actually, what happened was that with a Johnny he got rid of the sanctions and he got back Elishnorn on board. So again, I'm locked, and Congregation is just not the kind of tutor I would wish I would have. I could fetch up like the 4 mana like Fiend Hunter type of guy, like the one that brings up the Monarch thing. If it would have been like Monarch tutor, then fetch up some removal for Elishnorn like Maelstrom Pulse or pretty much anything. What's in there? And then we're back into some position that could do things. Actually, no. I would still be one turn behind. Would still be 1 turn behind. I know. Actually, sacrifice Lark, bring back at least Vizier. I have Feeder on board. If I would have, get rid of the. Yeah, I was 1 place away for kitchen things set up, but that's not necessarily a kill this turn. But then in the turn ourselves always 1 turn behind, and because of play mistakes like not attacking Johnny that 1 turn, yeah. Now the Elishnorn is again wrecking me and preventing me from going off, really. Yeah, there's Ronus, but yeah, that's about it. I'm dead. I don't think there's gonna be any miracles. I'm at what, at 2 life or something, yeah. But I'm just scooping it up because I can't really do a whole lot here. I'm just not surviving. I'd have to block everything, and yeah, then I can't win anymore. I think, what was it? Oh yeah, I had both Ronus and Duskwatch Recruiter in my hand, so I could have gone for Ballista for a straight kill without anything crazy. I mean, to play around anything ridiculous. So yeah, there you have it, boys and girls. So, thanks for watching. I hope this was not too painful to watch. Check out the casual playlist for more stuff like this, and there will be another recording of the same pod, so second run with the same decks, because yeah, it was like really cool and kind of enjoyed it, and I think I basically described you more or less everything that was going on, everything significant. So yeah, until the next sale, good luck and see ya.